It's Madden NFL 20.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Off play action, here's White. He completes it to Wilson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
White looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And he powers his way up past the 30. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. On play action, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Let's give credit to the defense. A couple first.
Let's go. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So Miami coming out for their second drive.
Game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Here's White. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38, Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. White. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now White.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now White. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mahomes. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Mahomes now on 1st down. To the right side, it's Kelsey.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
Here's Tony on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And oh, he coughed it up. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Dolphins offense now heads back.
Start 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, White. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the defense creating some points. Now get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
The Dolphins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's White. Out to the right here to Wilson.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Dolphins at 7-3 now on the year. And they were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And some room to work.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from her. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Mahomes.
Able to find Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And again, it's Mahomes. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he's going to go down again. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Trey Lance, strong in the win, as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Sam Darnold, over 400 yards passing with 3 touchdown passes as well. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, White.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. White
swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 8. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now White. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw on 2nd and 10. White. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. White looks to throw.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they were able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's Mahomes.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Throwing on 2nd and 3. White. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. they can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's White. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now White. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. Mahomes to throw once more.
Going to be caught here left side. Moore. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. On the return is Peterson. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami set to take over.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now White. They'll go screen here to Hunt.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, they have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Finding space at the 40. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
From the 39, Mahomes looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They run again with Hunt. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun, it's White. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
KC's offense ready to take over.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Mahomes. And this is caught. He hits more.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for Kansas City, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.